Graffiti vandals can be hard to catch.
It's a huge problem.
All-out war on graffiti.
2 out of every 3 cans were stolen out of your typical neighborhood store.
And what happens to the kids convicted of graffiti offenses?
Crime scene colon, these cold streets you patrol on. Try to get a hold on, kids strapped with growl on.
Vandals born on my kid, getting chased, raided, but mostly getting shit painted.
Someone wants them, it's either step up, run up, or shut up.
LA is the gallery, the streets of New York is the gallery, the streets of Chicago is the gallery. You can go to some places in LA where there's railroad tracks and crazy ass walls, you're gonna see that art for free. You might pay for being in the wrong place.
Yo, you tuning in at Eyesore Radio. Yo, on today's episode, we got this special guest, been running the game for over 20 years. Hey, yo, guest, state your name, where you from?
What up? This is Respekt, RSK, revolutionaries, rock stars, rape sluts, remain silent. I got so many meanings for this shit.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, bro, pleasure to have you here, man.
Hell yeah.
Yo, bro. Man, I don't even know where to start, bro. You've been in the game for a minute, dog. You know what I mean? And I'm just curious, bro. I'm gonna get straight to it, bro. So with a name like Respekt, bro, you feel like that still exists, like in the art world, bro?
Hell yeah. I actually started off as writing specs because I saw myself as a little guy, you know, the little dude. So I was just a speck in the world. So I started writing specs. And then eventually I added an R to the front of it as I started growing up, getting older. So it was Respekt. And then that meme came out with Birdman. It was like, put some respect on it. And so then I started writing Respekt. And I started writing the whole name. Then I started writing all letters, R-E-S-P-E-K-T, long ass name. And I just said, fuck it, and just started writing Respekt ever since.
Damn, that's tight, bro. That's tight. And it's crazy how, like, you start off having one name, and the next you know it, life just kind of pushes you into something else, bro, you know, and then it comes together, bro. But you know, like with a name like Respekt, bro, I have a question, bro. Like, so being an artist in the, you know, in the art world, bro, is it possible for an artist to just pretty much dabble in the art world and live a life of a street artist and not ever have to have any type of conflict, bro? Is that a way to just be able to just go about the world and gain respect that way, or do you feel like you need to go through something?
Hell yeah, it's very possible. There's unlimited roads you can take in the art world. For example, I used to do art that has nothing to do with graffiti. In 2016, I went to go paint the international Mexican border right there in Tijuana at the beach. And that had nothing to do with graffiti. We just went to go paint a big mural because we were going to break a world record for the longest mural in 2016. So I've done some shit in the art world, I guess the contemporary art world. And then obviously I do my shit in the graffiti world. But you can be successful in either or. You just got to be around the right people, surround yourself with the right people, and make the right choices. It's all crazy. Just stay out of the drama. You should be all right.
Damn, that's tight, bro. And it's, you know, it's crazy because sometimes you try to just live a normal life and just kind of do you, but you know, I feel like you just can't help it, but drama ends up like finding you, you know what I mean?
Yeah, hell yeah.
But you know, being in the art world, bro, you know, and being in the game for such a long time, bro, do you feel like you know, you're able to like adapt as the time goes by, bro?
Yeah, like it's crazy, like the contrast between the graffiti world back then, like I would say in the 90s or 2000s, and the graffiti world now. It's dope. It's always evolving. It's always leveling up. Someone does some crazy shit, so now you got to do some crazier shit, and it just keeps going, keeps evolving. As far as styles go, you can obviously see that evolve all the time. So there's one big major factor that changed when I started writing graffiti, which is you know, social media. So like now with social media, you can, I guess, get up or get more views more easier than what it was back then. But you know, you just kind of have to adapt to the times. Like, fuck it, if that's what it is, and do your shit in the street and then post it so people can see it, because that's the whole point of it.
So how did you get into graffiti?
Man, that's a good question, because now we're taking it back. from what I remember, I got into underground hip hop. I used to have this iPod, like the old school iPod, a thick ass brick, and I used to have a lot of underground music on it, like Jedi Mind Tricks, Immortal Techniques, Sabak Red, shit, and that kind of like opened up the underground hip hop world to me, and that's how I kind of discovered graffiti. And then I found out my neighbor was a fucking tagger. Then I started hanging out with my neighbor, and that's around the same time that Getting Up, Mark Echo's Getting Up, the video game, that's when it came out. I got that game. It was just so much shit was happening at the same time where I was just like, damn, bro, I'm about to be a part of this shit. And that's when I started writing. I came up with 2 names. They didn't really last. And then I came up with Specs, and it started growing. Respekt. I added an R to it, and then eventually I matured and then made it Respekt, all letters. So yeah, it just kind of slowly came into my life.
Did you have any writers that you looked up to growing up?
Fuck yeah, like shit, the obvious writers: MSK, Augur, Revoke, Rhyme, all those guys, those Saber, those guys were like, the graffiti gods that everybody was trying to get at. Everybody was trying to be like, or be influenced by. But there's a lot of locals that I also got influenced by. There was this cat I used to see a lot. Used to see him up a lot. His name was Feener. He spelled it Pheaner. Long ass name, but it was dope because he always hit it up like that long ass name. And that's probably what gave me my influence to write my long ass name. But here we are.
And where did you grow up?
Shit, bro. I've been all over Southern California, but I'm from LA, but I got love everywhere. I go from LA to the IE to the OC to the SD, San Diego, and San Francisco, and I'm just constantly moving, bro. But as far as Southern California, man, I'm going through this trifecta all the time: LA, IE, OC. So I started knowing a lot of heads, so I kind of I'm cool with everybody, but it's just wherever you find me.
That's crazy, bro. You've been up and down, bro. City to city, bro. But I bet one thing that you've noticed for sure, bro, is that a lot of the scenes are different. But what I think that they all have in common, bro, is that there's politics in everything, right? And do you feel like when the politics gets involved into the art scene, bro, do you feel like the politics kind of affects your passion?
Yeah, I think it does, because you start making rules, and you can't talk to this guy for this reason, or you can't go over here, over there, then you start complicating things, and then people's egos start getting hurt, and then people start bumping heads, and it just limits what you could and can't do. So yeah, definitely politics kind of kills the open doors that you could have.
Damn, that's crazy, bro. And politics is in everything, bro, in every move that you make. And a lot of the times, bro, you can't help but make a move, and a lot of people just interpret it in so many ways, bro. You can't just move accordingly and be you know what I mean? But like politics, bro, do you ever go out and just be an artist, or do you feel like you go out there to have to prove a point, from a political standpoint?
I used to write political graffiti. I used to write messages and shit like, don't get the vaccine, or fuck this guy, or whatever. I used to write those messages, so I got it out of my system. I know where I'm at. I know my lineage. I know how I think. I know how the world works, up to my knowledge. So I've been there, done that. It's always fun. It's always fun to teach people. That's what it's all about. But at the same time, I'm trying to get my name up. So I'm putting my name up out there. So, whatever happens, whatever path I go through, that's the path I'm going.
Right on, bro. And bro, you just that politicking, bro, that just stays politicking, bro. You know what I mean? But with that heavy kind of pressure, I guess, if you will, without anyone ever knowing that it's there, bro, how do you even deal with the criticism, bro, that comes with the art scene, bro?
Yeah, I tend to separate my worlds. It's crazy because shit, when I go to work, they have no idea who I am. There's people in my life have no idea what I do, and it's just it's like that thing where it's nighttime and you jump out the window and you throw on that cape and you become Batman. You're somebody else. That's how I feel. I'm different people. But I just gotta figure out who's cool and who's not.
um do you take a sketch with you when you go painting, or do you just freestyle it off the top of your head?
Nah, I just freestyle it off the top of my head. I mean, I've sketched in black books and stuff, but now it's like, fuck it. When I go to the wall, I'm like, fuck it. Just whatever I think of, that's what I'm gonna do. If it's gonna be something complicated or straight letters, or it depends on the spot, the size, all that, the risk. So, but yeah, I just fucking just freestyle it.
Do you have like any specific spots that you like to hit?
Shit, bro. I don't really. I used to hit the same spot over and over and over, but you know, I was like, that's kind of a burn. So now I don't really hit the same spots. I just hit one spot and then go to the next and go to the next and just don't look back. Just find new spots.
What do you think is more important, quality or quantity?
That's a good one, but if you want to be remembered, you're gonna need quality. But if you want to be up, you're gonna need quantity. So there's people that are up, but they're not that clean, but they're up, so I give them props. But there's other people that are clean as fuck, and they're not always up. I give them their props too. So it's a double-edged sword. If you could master the balance of those two swords, then you're straight.
Damn, that's sick, bro. I like that double-edged sword thing, bro. Hey, bro, so like, I don't mean to hop into like the politics and all that, but like, when you go out, bro, and you're like on a mission, bro, you know, you want to just go and you know, leave your mark or whatever. Are you going out there to try to like push a message out there, or do you just go, you know what, I'm Respekt, I'm just gonna go out there and just do me?
See, yeah. Sometimes I just get drunk and I'm fucked up. You know what? This is the moment. I'm gonna go out there and ride and just crush it, just let it all out. Sometimes you gotta let it all out from the inside. So that's what I do. I just let the energy loose. Sometimes I feel like I'm not really proving anything to anyone except myself that, you know, I'm right here, my existence is here. But you know, whoever reads it, cool. Whoever doesn't, fuck it. But it's out there. Some people recognize me, some people don't, but they'll see me.
So like, you know, you've been in this game for a while, bro, and bro, you're no stranger to damn near anything and everything, bro. So
right.
Like, do you what is it that is it a mind thing, bro, or is it just like a natural reflex to always make sure that, you know what, I'm always in control, that I'm not gonna let the art world consume me, you know what I mean? Because bro, you can easily get consumed by this, bro.
Yeah, you could. It's all about mind over matter, because mind over matter, because mind is what matters. So you can't let yourself get sucked into some sort of negative vibe or negative energy, because it's not gonna go anywhere. If you see that your homies are kind of like circling the drain and going down the drain, like, why are you following them? You should be your own man. And that's kind of what I did. I broke out of my old crew and I'm my own man now, and then I became RSK. And it's just, you know, I think for myself, and people don't like that. So I've always kept it 100. I always felt like I was the black sheep everywhere I go. I was that one friend that stuck out. So then here I am now. But I feel like doing my own thing and thinking my own ways has ascended me to levels I would have never reached hanging out with a group of people that think the same way all the time.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. You know, sometimes it's just being that black sheep, bro, and it's just like, damn, you either don't stand out or you stand out like a sore thumb, bro. You know what I mean?
Fuck yeah.
But like, you know, kind of speaking of, you know, being in the game for such a long time, bro, like, do you ever feel like there's anything that kind of holds you back from kind of reaching your full potential, or is it just, you know what, like, I got this shit on lock, bro?
Shit, the only thing holding me back, bro, is just life. Sometimes, you know, I'm a responsible person, so sometimes you gotta take care of your grown-up shit, your fucking regular life shit. You gotta take care of that stuff before you know. Sometimes you can paint in between, but there's a lot of shit going on in life where you're like, I need to make sure this is covered before I go out and fuck around. So, yeah, life holds you back, but at the same time, in the same token, life is what fuels you to go out there and paint. You know, the stresses of life, the depressions of life, the fucking backstabbings of life, the bullshit of life, it gets you angry, it gets you mad, and you start, you know, holding it in, and then one night you just snap and you start crushing shit, especially after you're drinking or smoking or whatever the fuck. That's what happened to me, man. I took a long break, like in, I don't know, fucking 2020, 2017, 2018, around there. I took a long break and I just came back and started smashing shit. The last thing I did was on on the 110 freeway right there by Wilmington. I dropped a big ass respect and it just blew up, bro. Just sometimes your emotions come out.
When you came back into graffiti, what are some of the things that you noticed that were different?
Shit. I mean, I can't say egos because egos have always been a part of it, but I have noticed that sometimes people do weird shit and their homies still kick it with them. Like knowing they did some weird shit and you guys are still clicked together. That's some weird shit to me. Like that's some fucked up shit. But like I said, you got to think for yourself. These fools and crews, they all think the same. They all think the same. None of them stand out. They're all the same fucking cookie cutter, copy and paste bullshit.
Do you think it's important to be in a crew coming up in graffiti, or do you feel like you can do it all by yourself?
I mean, I think it's all about a part of the culture, being in the graffiti crew. It is what it is. Like you hang out with like-minded individuals, but it's not necessary. There's people out there that crush it by themselves, or sometimes they're in a crew, but they still go out by themselves and just crush it. So definitely you do not need a crew to be a graffiti artist, a successful graffiti artist. It's just something to socialize in.
What's one thing that you don't like about graffiti?
One thing I don't like about graffiti I guess it would be the drama, man. Like people, we take this shit deep. A lot of people take this shit deep. So, you disrespect a person, that person's going to come back and get you. So you don't know how far that person's going to take it. And I don't know how far I'll take it because I know I've reached some points where I'm like, damn, one more level and I'm going to go into this fool's house. But yeah, that's the negative part about graffiti, that you don't know how dark the depths can be.
Oof, that's dope, bro. Hey, bro. So speaking about, like that part of the art scene, bro. Aside from this art scene, bro, you know what I mean? Whether, you're just living your normal life or you're, contemplating on how you're going to set your mark out there in the streets, bro. First and foremost, bro, like how important is like family, bro? Knowing that you're an artist yourself, bro,
Shit, if my family's cool, I'll let them know what I do. If they're not cool, they have no idea what I do, and I just keep it like that because, man, family, like, yeah, it could be important, but at the same time, family could backstab you. So they say blood is thicker than water, but not always. So, it's just about who's real to you, and you can show the same energy to that person. It doesn't matter if it's your family or blood. If they backstab you, then fuck them.
Hey, bro, I mean, sometimes it'd be the closest people, bro, that cause the most damage, bro, And so like being an artist, bro, and being an artist for such a long time, bro, what does the term respect, like, what does that mean to you, bro?
Respect, man. It started off as Specs, this little kid that just, wanted to be somebody or make something of his life or create something, some sort of brand of himself or logo. And then as I started growing, I got into the letter R. I added the R into it, so I became Respekt. And I felt like as I was growing, my name was growing. I added a letter, and I started writing that, but R-S-P-E-K. It wasn't a word; it was Respekt. So then I made it a word, and I made it Respekt. And I told myself to start writing every single letter to make the name longer and bigger. And it just kind of like symbolism, or to imitate my life, how it's also getting more mature, bigger, and bigger name, bigger life, and just growing. We're both growing at the same time. My graffiti life is growing, my regular life is growing, and that's what life's all about.
That's dope, bro. At the end of the day, bro, it's like we are one, you know what I'm saying? And
hell yeah.
Hey, dog, that's what's up, bro. Yo, we about to go on a quick little break right now, bro. We chilling with the one and only Respekt here on Eyesore Radio, baby. We in here, man. Let's go.
Fuck ice.
Yo, check this out. You're chilling with your homeboy Respekt, and you're listening to Eyesore Radio. You heard?
Recesión
mota cuando fumo el humo de la marihuana. Me pongo a pensar, me pongo a relajar. Su mota. 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 En mi casa, en la calle. Pick it up. Mota. Kush, for Friday. That's right. Mota. Si fumas, calle. Su mota. Hey, one day, Friday. Dame más y más, hey. Mota. Mota. Su. Mota. Smoke a sack, whether hash, skunk, funk, or the wax. Never last, running dry. Time to refill on the stash. Leave the pad is critical. Visit to a typical shop down the block where I pick up my medicinal. Occasion this selection, it's amazing, that's no question. But send a good suggestions on the bud. Where's the hash though? Got the blood to pack rolls. The actual thing I lack, bro, is the concentrates. Don't compensate, motherfucking asshole. Got to do what to do. Eat enough titanium with enough fucking gas to smoke out John just stadium. Still it hits, I'm taking up on that waking bacon sun, smoking out, blowing clouds, softbox in my cranium. Morta. Morta.
Yo, we back. Eyesore Radio.
Hell yeah.
We chilling with the big dog Respekt. We're gonna jump straight into this right here. Respekt. Yo, you feeling good, dog?
Hell yeah.
That's right, bro.
Buzzing, high, faded, everything.
Beautiful, dog. Hey, bro, we in here, dog. You know, we just all we do, bro, is we support the realness, bro. You know what I mean? We just want you to be you, bro. That's all it is.
You don't gotta
dog.
look no further.
You know what I'm saying, bro? That's right. But yo, man, you've been in this game for a minute, dog. You know what I mean? And bro, you're no stranger to nothing, dog. No drama, no none of that, bro. You know?
Yeah, I seen people come and go. I seen people, turn their backs on, their whole ideologies. I've seen it all. I feel like I've seen it all.
Damn, dog. Hey, bro, and there's a lot of people, bro, that come into this game and don't really know what they're getting themselves into, bro, But just being Respekt and being in this game for such a long time, bro. Yo, you were in the front lines, bro, of the riots, bro. How was that?
Yeah, that was fucking sick, bro. Like, just being in the front lines against ICE and against fucking border patrol shit. You can, oh man, if I could take one thing back from, if I can just tell you guys one thing, you can see the fear in their eyes. Every single one of them, the sheriffs too. They're all scared of us. They're just, people don't realize that, so then the people are scared, and then they take the off. It's like sports. There's an offensive and a defensive. If you're gonna be defensive, they're obviously gonna be offensive. So that day when it cracked down in Paramount and Compton, I showed up for that riot, and I was right there in front of the sheriff's faces, bruh. You can see the fear in their eyes, man. You can feel the tension in the air, and we're slowly getting closer and closer and closer and closer until we started colliding, bro. It was the sickest thing ever. I'm catching tags. I'm dodging rubber bullets. Like, you can hear the air like zoop, zoop. That's probably the scariest sound you hear in your life. You're running and you hear zoop right by your ear. You don't know how bad this is gonna fuck you up. But you're drinking. There's a lot of crazy shit, man. If I could just touch up on one part. When I was over there in Compton at the intersection, there was a time where a sheriff, they tried to flank us. There was a small street on the side of us. We are one of the front lines, 1-to-1, and there's a little side street, and I just see two sheriff patrols coming through the side, and they're gonna flank us, and they're gonna surround us. Bro, when I saw that shit, immediately I grabbed one of these motherfuckers, and I was still drinking it. I grabbed one of these motherfuckers, and I got in front of the sheriff. I swear to you, I fucking swear to you, I got in front of the sheriff's car, and I just chucked this shit at their window, and it fucking, that window the windshield gone, just cracked. The beer's all over the windshield. You can see them open their doors, but they do that just so you guys know, to put you up on game. Cops will pull up and open their doors, but it's just to scare you to see if you run. but they're not really gonna get out, not all the time. So that's what they did. They opened their doors and they saw that I didn't run. I looked behind me. There's people that got my back. So there's like 10 of us. They got back in their car and they put that shit in reverse, and they never surrounded us after that. Like, it changed the whole game plan. When I did that, it changed the whole battlefield. It changed the energy. Everybody got their confidence, and that's when it took them 10 hours to get the streets back.
Bro, that was a heated ass moment, bro. Them riots, bro, were no joke, bro. You can tell that the people had enough of that shit, bro. You
Hell
know?
yeah.
But do you feel like that empowered the people to want to stand up more, bro? Or do you think it takes more?
I feel like we could stand up to them because there's like 1,000 of us for every one of them. So we could easily overpower them. We could easily just take them down, take their guns, take their badge, take their bulletproof vest, and take their car and take everything that's worth money. That's what I want to do. I'm going to take their shit. If they ever pull up on me, I'm taking all their shit. But I feel like people forget that ICE is just humans. Like, they could bleed just like one of us. They could go down like just one of us. If you swing on them, you know, you can knock them out. They're just regular people. Just swing on them.
Aside from like those crazy ass riots you were in, like, can you share another crazy like graffiti story with us?
Yeah, man. I remember one time I was rocking on the 10 freeway with some dude a long time ago. His name was, he used to write Sorry. I don't know why he would write that name, but his name was Sorry. And I remember we were catching the spot. Everything seemed chill. Everything seemed normal, quiet, a little too easy. And we were on dirt, and suddenly you hear the dirt pick up like gravel, like a truck's coming up. And I look to my left, and oh shit, I see these, the headlights, two bright ass headlights coming faster, faster, faster. And then it stops in the dirt. You can just see the smoke from the dirt and the headlights. And I was like, oh shit, run, bitch. That's when it's time to run. So me and Sorry, his fat ass, he was kind of overweight, so he was running with me, and we're both running. And I knew, like, we can't outrun a truck. We can't outrun a truck. We need a miracle from God right now. And that's what I found. As soon as I said we need a way out, bro, I found a hole in the fence where I was able to get in that hole. Now I'm on the side of the freeway, and I just needed like some sort of Christmas miracle to cross the freeway. And bro, when I got on the side of the freeway, suddenly the freeway just died. And I crossed the freeway to the middle barrier. And then when I got to the middle barrier, the other side just suddenly just died. And I crossed that freeway too. So I got to the other side of the freeway, just running through it, bro. Me and Sorry's fat ass. So then we jump in the gutter, the little river, duck, whatever you want to call it, the little sewage. We jump in there, and I knew they were gonna come. But I knew what we did. We probably bought ourselves 5 minutes of time. So we need 5 minutes of making a plan, something, this and that. So we start walking towards our car, and I hear the helicopter. That's when I knew, oh fuck, we're fucked. This helicopter, we can't outrun this helicopter. And I see it with its spotlight going directly to us. There's nowhere for me to hide. I see a pile of trash, and I did what any band would do, and I just jumped in the trash, and I kind of turned my body like this, so it looked like I was part of the trash. And the helicopter shined over the light and kept going. But I think one of them was like, hey, wait a minute. And he busted a bitch in the sky, and he turned around. And when he did that, I was like, oh shit, they saw me. So then I jumped in a bush. And I swear to you, dude, the spotlight went exactly back to that pile of trash I was in. And yeah, they didn't find me, bro. I was in a bush for like 4 hours, 5 hours. I saw cop patrols, like highway patrol. I saw them come by. I saw them look in the bushes. They didn't look in my bush. And I was just there for like 4 or 5 hours. And I made a phone call, and I was like, hey man, I told some guy that does not write graffiti. I was like, hey man, I'm in some trouble. Just pick me up on the side of the freeway. I'm in a bush. I'll tell you about it later. And he came through and he picked me up, and I got out of there. But yeah, man, you just never know where the night's gonna go.
Damn. Do you prefer painting alone or with a group?
Fuck, bro. I prefer painting with like 1 or 2 people, and that's it. Like, that's it. Cause I've gone painting with a crew before. We were like 15 deep, and these motherfuckers, we were gonna paint the side of an unbuilt bridge. It was still concrete and still rebar, the iron. It wasn't finished, but there was like 15 of us, and they were like drunk, and they were high, and they were talking, and nobody was crouching. Everybody was loud and walking. And I told everybody, hey, like, you guys are way too loud. You guys need to crouch down, and we need to get this shit and get out of here. Nah, everybody was too drunk. Nobody was focused. I swear to you, as soon as I wrote one line, I seen this light go like this. Freeze! I was like, oh shit, everybody's scared like fucking cockroaches. And I remember I was on the side of the bridge when this happened, and I tried to go down the hill, and I just jumped. Boom! I fell on the floor on the asphalt on the road, and I start running, and then I hear, you know how those cops, they wear those little fucking shoes that go like little tap shoes. I started hearing those tap shoes behind me, so I'm running, and I can hear him running, so I start running as fast as I could, just run, as fast as I could, and I can hear him, like, his shoes getting slower and slower and slower, more faint in the distance, and I outran that cop. I think what he did is he went back for his patrol, his car. So I knew I had like 30 seconds to think about what am I gonna do. Bro, I was like in this random ass street next to the freeway, and I was like, I can't go back on the freeway because there's nowhere to run. So I did what any man would do, and I just jumped in someone's backyard, not knowing if they have a pit bull. I don't know if they have a dog. I don't know if they have a gun, but I'm trying to get away. So I just jumped in this person's backyard, and I landed in a fucking rose garden, like a rose bush. So now I'm in these thorns, and I'm just staying still, and I can see through the crack of the wall. I can see the cops like just patrolling, and they have no idea I'm like 1 foot next to them, and they're just patrolling, and I'm right behind the brick wall, and they don't even know it. So I stayed there for like, I don't know, a good 5 hours. I was there for a minute. The people that lived in that house, they turned on the light. I was like, oh, I'm fucking done. But they just got up to make a sandwich, and then they went back to bed. So I got lucky. So shit, bro, I've been through some shit. I had to call somebody to pick me up. I jumped the wall, and it just took off, like when the sun was coming out.
Going through all that, would you ever stop doing graffiti?
Shit, bro, I'll take breaks here and there. I'll take breaks in graffiti depending where my life is at. Sometimes I gotta focus on other shit, or I don't have time, or I'm here or I'm over there. I get really busy, so sometimes I take breaks, but I don't think I can ever truly say that I'll stop, because shit, every time I go out and I start getting drunk, man, I just start writing on shit. So I can't say I'm gonna stop. I got tags in Vegas, I got tags in San Francisco, I got tags in San Diego, Orange County, Inland Empire, Los Angeles. Like, everywhere I go, just you know. And what I've really been focused on is tagging landmarks, you know, with streaks, things that are gonna last. I like to put the year on it because I want that shit to last. So, you know, bombing's cool and everything, I love that shit, but you know, tagging's where it's at, where you catch little landmarks on a little brick or a little fucking cut or a little sewer pipe where you know that shit's gonna be there for 10 years. That's what I love. I love looking for those little spots,
bro. Having a stating, you know, claiming your mark, I bet is the right term, bro. And being in the front lines there at the riots, you for sure solidified yourself, bro, up front right there, bro.
Hell yeah.
In front of law enforcement and everything, bro. But you know, just like politics, bro, there's beef in everything, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yo, I'm sure you're no stranger to beef, bro. What advice would you give to somebody that's going through some heavy ass beef, bro?
You know, that's crazy. Like in the graph game, usually beef comes around, but it doesn't gotta be that way. I've been in the graph game for about 20 years, and for 20 years I only had, for 20 years I've only had 2 beefs. One in the middle of my graph career and one recently. And you can go your whole graph career without beef if you just kind of do your own thing and abide by the rules and just respect everybody and just keep it cool, you know? Use common sense. You'll be all right. But there's people with egos. Sometimes people cross you out for no reason. You've never met this person. They start crossing you out like, what the fuck's that about? That's gotta be jealousy. I've never met you in my life. You gotta be jealous.
Yo, that shit right there, bro. I mean, I'm sure there may be, it's like the smallest little details, bro, that can really just stay lingering in the back of your mind, bro. But like, when you see some like, I mean, I guess you can say, you know, just like some fucking out of character shit, bro. Does it take a lot to catch your attention, bro, or do you just tend to just turn away when you just see some weak shit or like weak disses, bro? You know, if you will.
Yeah, if it's like if it looks like it's a crackhead that's just crossing you out, like it's just a random ass cross out from a random ass tag with no skill, no talent, you've never heard of that name, I'll ignore it. Like that, I don't know who you are. Like you don't mean anything to me, so that cross out means nothing to me. Of course I'm gonna go back and do my shit, but like I don't even know you exist.
Bro, you as an artist yourself, bro, and you know, obviously like you as a man, bro, do you feel like in your artistic ways and you know, you're like being a man ways type, if you will, if that's the right term, do you feel like you guys are you have a like something in common, bro, with your artistic self, bro? Do you feel like you guys are just like one, if that makes sense, bro?
Yeah, I think I'm one. I just kind of tap into this level, and I tap into this level depending where I'm at. It's almost like different personalities depending what I got to do or where I got to be at or who am I around. My environment is when I tap into this. I got to be cool with you to tap into this side so I can show you this side, because this side has a lot of things, and you open a can of worms. There's a lot of roads, so I got to make sure you're cool. You're not a cop. You're not a fed, because I'm going to show you a lot of crazy stuff that you never knew about. So I'm really careful about who I show what, and everybody thinks they know me, but they don't know me, because I got a lot of shit on people that I haven't said. I got a lot of I know a lot of backgrounds on people that I know what they did, and I haven't told anyone. So I got a lot of knowledge that people wish for me to just not say anything because they know I know too much.
Hey, bro, over here at Eyesore Radio, bro, we support a strong-minded person, bro. We don't condone no half-stepping, bro, and none of that fake shit over here, bro, you know? But, yo, we got the one and only Respekt, bro.
Hell yeah.
A heavy hitter, bro. Hey, Respekt, you got any shout-outs, bro, you want to give out, bro?
Shit, I just want to give a shout-out to Eyesore Radio. We're out here. It's kind of like a surprise thing. I never thought I'd see myself in a podcast because I always kept myself out of the camera. I always kept myself out of the limelight. I always made sure to stay away from the popular people, but here we are at Eyesore Radio from the underground. That's where we're building it up from bottom, from zero, from negative to 0 to 1 to positive. Here we are now.
Hey,
you're going to hear about it.
That's right, bro. Eyesore Radio, we chilling with the one and only Respekt, holding it down, bro. We the voice of the underground, homie. Yo, we in here, baby. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yo, let's waste no time, man. Let's hop into this Looie talk, man. Yo, don't ever let nothing fucking bring you down. A lot of the times, when these dark times really get a hold of us, that shit really gets a hold of us, man. And it really be clinging on, it's a trip how something can just linger and it just resonates there in the back of your mind, and it's just lingering and dwelling, you know what I'm saying? And something that you can't physically touch, when it's in the back of your mind, and it's just like causing physical pain. You just don't even want to eat. You can't even think straight. Like your talk is different. Your walk is different. You're just walking with a backpack full of weights, and it's so fucking crazy, this mental fucking game, Excuse me. But always remember, you're a lot stronger than what you really think, Fuck that. Don't ever give up. Don't ever go out without a fight. Fuck that. I've said this before, like, if you ain't learning from that cut, it's probably because you didn't cut yourself deep enough, You go through a dark time, just remember that you're always going to know how to move whenever you get back into that situation. And a lot of the times you won't end up back in that situation, like most F. Hey, I'm telling you, don't fucking give up. Whether if it's a financial problem, whether if it's a problem at home, whether if it's a fucking relationship problem, just remember, at the end of the day, you got your life, Most importantly, if something's not draining you of your life, you ain't got shit to fucking worry about. I know it's easier said than done, but just remember, man, you're gonna learn and you're gonna heal from this shit. Don't fucking give up. Hone in on that something that's worth, you know what I'm saying? Like, really, really, really focus on that one thing that makes you happy, and that one thing that's really gonna make you move and get up and just that reminder that something's worth living for, you know what I'm saying? Like, hone in on that shit and use that as leverage to fight back, Big yourself up. That's what that's all about, is bigging yourself up to remind yourself, you know what, I'm the shit. I'm fucking dope. I know it sounds crazy and cliche, but trust me, man, that shit fucking works. You do it a couple of times, and then next you know it, you're starting to actually feel that shit, and you're manifesting that dopeness. Don't fucking leave the crib without your fucking chin up. Smile and be happy. Play your fucking part in this life. For real. Hey, Eyesore Radio, baby. It's fucking Looie talk, man. What's up?